Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the channel. Today we have a great episode. We're going to be taking a look at the RIFLESPEED adjustable gas block on the Ruger SFAR. Let's get to shooting. Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about our Ruger SFAR. Now this Ruger has had quite a few problems with it, but it's really just an exciting rifle because it's very lightweight. It's about the same weight as an AR-15, but it's in an AR-10 or AR-308 type pattern. That means that it shoots the 308 cartridge. What I've had to do on this to get it running properly is I have swapped out the handguard, and I've had to make a change from the adjustable gas block from Ruger. Originally, I was able to get it working once we got some support from Ruger. They had to fix my gas key. They had to replace the regulator. And at that point, we got it kind of working on some settings for some ammunition. I wasn't really satisfied with that, so I switched to an Aero Precision adjustable gas block. The great thing about the Aero Precision is I was able to get it reliably running on two different settings. I was able to get it on pretty much all ammunition on one setting, and then pretty much all ammunition suppressed on another setting. I'm attempting to do the same thing with a RIFLESPEED gas block. So let's come in and take a little bit of a closer look at what this offers. It's pretty cool because it comes in variable lengths, and I'll put the length of what this one is that fits with this handguard. This is a 12.65 inch handguard from Midwest Industries, but this RIFLESPEED gas block, they come in different sizes with different gas tubes. The gas tube on this is a mid-length gas tube, if those of you who are wondering, with a 0.75 journaling on it. Now this adjustable gas block is pretty cool because one, it's numbered, and then two, the gas block and the gas port is down about at this level, and the gas block extends the settings out to the end of your rifle, and it's numbered. So it's pretty easy to adjust and say, hey, on setting 9, this gun runs reliably unsuppressed. But with suppressed, it runs reliably on setting 5. And it's pretty quickly easy. It's easy to be able to see and adjust between those two settings. Versus on the Aero Precision one, I had to stick an Allen key down into the handguard and just remember what the clicks were from open. It was so many clicks to the right to get it I think it was something like 7 or 8. I had to move it over to the right to get it for suppressed, and then I had to move it out to 11 in order to get it for unsuppressed. And so this allows you to do some manipulations pretty quickly in the field. Let's say you like it shooting on one setting, but you're shooting, you get a jam, you're quickly able to move it, open it up just a little bit more. So that said, we have to see the whole thing as if this is reliable. So can we shoot, will the gun function? I've got a variety of ammunition. I've got some hand loads, I've got some AAC, I've got some Hornady, and I've got some Federal. And I also have some 7.62 NATO that we're going to shoot out of it. Let's see if we can get reliability. Let's see what gas settings it likes to be on. I do have a suppressor, so we'll be doing both suppressed and suppressed today. All right, well, so the way to adjust your gas block is to turn it all the way down to 1, setting 1, and then put 1 round in each magazine, shoot it, and you should get slide lock back. If you don't get that, you have to keep opening up your gas settings. Setting 1 is pretty much closed or is pretty low gas on it. Instead of doing that though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to the chase. I've already had this out for some testing, and it seems to be about 8. I'll skip to about 7 just to kind of show the process just a little bit. So we're just going to make the adjustment on that. Okay, so we can see on setting 7, we did get lock back. That's pretty cool. Let's go to some other ammunition that I have. That was with AAC. We're going to go to some Federal. This is kind of a varmint round. It's 130 grain. We're going to see if we get lock back on that. Got lock back with that. This is in a Buffalo Barnes book or case holder, but it's really Trigger Bar's reloads. Fancy. These are 150 grain Hornady FMJ, loaded with some IMR 4895 powder. Again, we're getting hold back on that. I'm going to try a Hornady round. This is some match grade ammunition. This is higher powered stuff, so it shouldn't have a problem with getting lock back on it. All right, and then let's try one more round of ammunition. Let's try some NATO rounds. So now we have some PMC X-Tac 7.62 NATO rounds. I'm just going to try out a round with that. Again, staying on this setting 7. Okay, got lock back on that. So looks like setting 7 will work. You can definitely go down. We could probably go down another one and work on some ammunition. I'm feeling pretty confident, and I could also move it up just to be safe so that we get reliability when it's cold out, when the rifle gets gunked up, all those things. Since we have the rifle out, we've got some targets down range. It would be appropriate, and if we didn't test for some accuracy, I do believe that this rifle speed gas block still fits in here and the rifle remains free floated, but it's tight. You know, I would love to say, oh, yeah, there's plenty of space, but it is definitely tight. The sides of it are close to the handguard, so I do want to see if we're losing any accuracy with this. All right, well, we have 3 rounds of 168 grain Hornady match, ELD match ammunition. We're going to shoot at the upper left target. We'll see how we do. Okay, well, we have 5 rounds of some AAC 150 grain FMJ. Let's see how we do on the upper right target. Well, we are jumping all over, and it's possible that that is getting some interference with that barrel. Let's do some of my reloads. These are not high quality reloads. The way that I did my brass prep, these are lots of just random sets of ammunition. So, is what it is. Okay, that's a little bit tighter of a group. That's on trigger bars reloads. I mean, I do try to make sure the case lengths are right. I try to make sure that the overall length is right. Try to make sure that the powder charges are right on. So I guess that probably makes a difference. Next up, we are going to try some X-Tac ammunition. This is the 7.62 NATO rounds. Still kind of jumping all over the place. All right, next up we're going to try putting the suppressor on and see if that helps or hurts. And we'll also see what kind of gas settings we can use down at the other end. Okay, with a normal suppressor, you usually get a lot more back pressure, which means you can turn your gas settings a whole lot lower. In this case, this is a Huxworks 7.62 can. And so the back pressure is going to be significantly less. It will still have back pressure. So as such, I'm going to, as we continue to tune the rifle speed gas block, we're going to turn it down. I've got it now set on setting 3. I'm pretty sure that's way too aggressive, but we will see. Let's take some shots down range. And see, we didn't get locked back on that. It did eject the round. Let's kick it up to setting 4. See if we get locked back on that. Didn't get locked back there. Let's go to setting 5. All right, we're at setting 5. and we got lock back on that. So probably for reliability, we could go to 7.6. But let's just see how it do. Let's try it out with the reloads. Lock back with the reloads. Let's try it out with the NATO round. Again, the NATO round should have less pressure. That should be a good test for it. Got locked back with that. Let's try one of these oddball 130 grain rounds. It's got a really very shallow or hollow, huge hollow tips meant for grenading in varmints and fur bearers. Got locked back on that. When we have this Huxworks can, setting 5 seems to work well. Without the can, setting 7. That gives us plenty of room for upward adjustment. And I'm sure when I put other cans on that are more traditional, they will require a lot less gas than that. So far it works pretty good. Let's see what we can do in terms of accuracy when we start looking with this suppressor. Okay, I'm going to be shooting 5 shots. I'm going to be shooting these NATO rounds. We're going to go just to the left of the target. Okay, things definitely seem to be settling in. Let's try some trigger bar reloads with it. Okay, I'm going to be shooting the upper left target. Okay, not bad, not great. Probably within 2 to 3 MOA for all of that, which is fine for the rifle. And you saw that I was able to shoot closer to 1 MOA when we had the reloads without the suppressor. I don't think that's a consistent thing. I think this thing consistently is right around 2 MOA. I don't know. There definitely were some of those rounds that were getting thrown off. It could be that we're touching on the handguard. I'm going to have to do some investigations. I was able to push some paper down through it and it went past it. So that kind of tells me that it's not touching. Also, just for kind of talking about the accuracy, don't judge it by this. The rifle's really hot. I've done all of this almost in real time as you're watching. There wasn't any time lapses where I let the rifle cool. And so it is hot right now. Just the barrel, this gas regulator is hot to the touch. It's not burning. The suppressor would be burning, but the regulator is hot to the touch. So that's not the best for shooting groups. You should let your rifle cool down. But I hope that this has been informative. I'm going to run this for a while and see how I like it. I think it's going to be a lot easier to adjust. I didn't make this change because I needed it for reliability. I made it so it allows the rifle to be more easily adjusted between suppressed and unsuppressed. And that's certainly something that comes with the Ruger SFAR. But when I made the modification to put the aero gas block on, I lost that. Now this is completely toolless, even better than the Ruger SFAR. And allows for very quick fine tuning. I like that it has 12 settings. Now all I need to remember is 5 and 7. I hope everyone has a great week, and let's get to shooting.